Amphibia fans keeping up with all the episodes for the overarching story probably aren't as satisfied as they could be, considering the series has been more focused on developing this new world we find ourselves in. Most storylines so far were just random events that didn't affect too much, and while they were fun to watch, they didn't contribute much to the overall story. However, everything changed with the newest batch of episodes, Toe Tax and Prison Break. Things really escalated here, giving us a good idea of what to expect for the future of the series, and just how big the story is about to get. In Toe Tax, we finally learned about the mysterious tower that appeared at the end of episode 1. Turns out it's simply called Toad Tower, and a bunch of different toads live there that rule the entire valley. When a few visit Wartwood to collect some taxes, they seem cool at first, but then their true nature is revealed, and it ain't pretty. This episode was basically set up for the new villainous side to Amphibia that we haven't seen before, but the plot progressed even further in the sister episode Prison Break. It's a completely different type of story since we don't see any of the main characters. There's no Anne or anyone else that's been appearing ever since the beginning. This focuses on killer herons attacking Toad Tower, and we get a few glimpses as to how the toad dynamics work, along with how that'll create a conflict with the frogs of Wartwood. Grime, who's the evil guy in charge of everything, seems at first like a leader nobody really cares for, and that's completely understandable. He's mean to his fighters. Things change when Anne's friend Sasha helps fight the herons, which results in a really interesting plotline for the series. We get to see just how manipulative Sasha can be, talking about how it's important to say nice things to others so they love you and do anything for you, which by the way directly relates to what Anne said about friends in the swimming episode.
And if a friend wants you to steal a crazy music box from a thrift store, even if you really don't want to, you do it, okay? Because if you don't, they might not want to be your friend anymore.
Anyway, it turns out that Grime and Sasha team up, as the ending of Prison Break further hints towards an ultimate war between toads and frogs. Even though it seems like these warriors were useless and didn't have any skill on the battlefield, Sasha's very existence here changes everything since she helps Grime get the toads prepared for fighting. From the episode, we also know that she has some nice fighting abilities herself, so she'll join in too. On the other side of the battle is the frogs, who we've been following since the very beginning of Amphibia. When this war ends up happening, you may be wondering just how much of a chance the frogs stand. It's hard to say right now since we haven't seen a lot of their skills just yet, but it's clear that they stick together and will work together to fight back. This is seen in Toe Tax when they all team up against the 3 toads that came to Wartwood.
If you got a problem with her, you got a problem with all of us.
Of course, it's not going to be nearly as easy when an entire army shows up later, but I guess we'll just have to see the townsfolk get even stronger before the war happens. Just looking at Amphibia's upcoming episode titles and descriptions, it doesn't seem like there's too much happening in relation to the battle, but I'm sure we'll be seeing bits and pieces here and there to build up both sides. The season finale is called Reunion, where the toads hold a banquet and Anne is reunited with a friend. This feels like where everything is about to go down, or at the very least where the true war begins. Series creator Matt Brawley mentions that the story would come to an incredible climax, and yeah, I think the frogs versus toads would fit that description perfectly. So with the toads now actually competent in battle, and the manipulative Sasha by Grime's side, things are definitely heating up. Now, after a bunch of small Monster of the Week episodes, Amphibia is finally diving deeper into the lore and main story arc, which is definitely something to be hyped for. Guys, if you haven't been keeping up, I highly suggest doing so because everything about it is pretty awesome. But anyway, that's all for this video. Subscribe for more awesome cartoon videos. Give a thumbs up and comment below, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.